Okay, today we'll be reading What Homework? And the author is Linda Hayward. Oh no, Andy wailed. No, I forgot all about the homework. You're in big trouble, said Kevin. You sure are, Jane said. Mr. Lopez told us about the plant scavenger hunt 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, Andy said. No wonder I forgot. He reached into his back pocket and dug out a crumpled piece of paper. I'll do it now, Andy said. You must be kidding, said Jane. There isn't enough time, warned Kevin. Andy looked at his watch. The bus won't be here for 5 minutes, he told him. Andy and his friends at the bus stop. And the 2 week homework scavenger hunt. Andy rushed over to some tall grass. Maybe I'll find something here, he thought. Petals were first on the list. Right, thought Andy. I know what petals are, those things on flowers, but I don't see any flowers. Then Andy spotted something white. He looked closer. There were flowers, lots of tiny white flowers. Okay. He picked one and put it into his spelling book. Go, Andy, Kevin shouted and gave him a thumbs up. Then he bent down again. Something prickly was stuck on his pants. He pulled it off. Ow! The next thing on the list was a leaf that's not green. That must be a trick, thought Andy. All leaves are green, except the one near the plant with the prickly thing. They were purple. Two down, Andy shouted. Way to go, yelled Kevin. I can't believe it, Jane said. Burr was next on the list. What was burr? He'd skipped that one for now. Seeds was next. Andy knew what a seed was, but there weren't any around. Hurry up, Kevin called. The bus is coming. Andy didn't hear him. He was staring at the list. Root hairs. He didn't even see any roots. Then he thought about the pictures in his science book. Duh! Roots were under the ground. Andy grabbed a plastic spoon from his lunchbox. Carefully, he started to dig around a weed. Andy tugged up hard. Up it came, and there, dangling on the end, were little hairs. Root hairs. Last call, the bus driver shouted. Andy put the whole thing in his thermos cup and ran for the bus. Andy sat down, then he jumped up again. That prickly thing was back on his jeans. He brushed it off with his binder and got to work. First, he took a page out of his binder and folded it like an accordion. Then he taped the white flower to the first fold and the purple leaf to the second one. He flattened out the root hairs and taped them into the third fold. I still don't have seeds or a burr, Andy thought as he got off the bus. Maybe Mr. Lopez is out today. No such luck. Good morning, class, said Mr. Lopez. I'm sure you can't wait to share your science projects. Ha, thought Andy. All right, said Mr. Lopez. Who wants to be first? Andy scrunched down in his seat. Me, said Jordan. She was always first. She must have gone scavenging at the supermarket, thought Andy. Big deal. Then it was Jeff's turn. When he pointed to a burr, Andy couldn't believe his eyes. It looked just like the prickly thing he had brushed off his jeans. If only I kept it, Andy thought. He looked down to where the burr had been, and what do you know? The burr was still there. Now it was stuck to his shoelace, and Andy pulled it off. Ow, and double ow. He taped the burr to his paper. Now he had everything except seeds. Andy checked his watch. There won't be time enough for everyone to show their projects before lunch, he thought. If I don't get called on, Andy tried to make himself invisible. More kids had turns. Just as Jane finished, the lunch bell rang. Phew, I made it. I can finish my project tonight, thought Andy. I'm sure no one wants to wait until tomorrow to see the rest of these wonderful projects, Mr. Lopez said. We'll finish up after lunch. Now I'm done. Now I'm done for, thought Andy. At lunch, everyone was telling knock-knock jokes except Andy. He wasn't in the mood. If only I'd done my homework, he kept saying. He ate his lunch slowly. Tuna sandwich, pudding, tangerine. He spit out a seed. A seed! He actually bought seeds to school without knowing it. He wrapped some up in a napkin and put them in his pocket. Andy was the last kid to show his project. "Ooh," Jordan said. "I love that tiny flower." "There's so much dirt on your root hair," said Jeff. "It's like you just dug them up." Andy made a face at Jeff, but Mr. Lopez liked the dirt. The nutrients in the soil go right up the root hairs into the plant and help it grow, he says. "How did you find the bird?" Lisa asked. Only a few kids had found Burr. "It found me," Andy said. "It stuck to me when I was collecting the other stuff." "Congratulations," said Mr. Lopez. "This is a perfect example of how plants spread." He opened the burr so everybody could see the seed inside. "The seeds were traveling on Andy's Express," he said. Everyone clapped. Scavenger hunts were lots of fun. Andy couldn't wait until the next one. But next time he promised himself he'd do his homework at home. All right, thanks for listening.